I think it's no secret that I'm a huge follower of Peter Lynch, and when people started calling this man India's Peter Lynch, you know I'm interested. Hey, how's it going? Welcome back to my channel. This is Pradeep and you're watching Vlog of Note. In this video, we're going to be talking about 3 lessons that we can learn from India's Peter Lynch, Prashant Jain. Let's get started. So first of all, usual disclaimer here, I'm not a SEBI registered expert, advisor or a certified financial planner. If you want to make your own investments, you should do your own market research, as always. First of all, we need to know who is Prashant Jain. Well, he is the former fund manager of HDFC AMC and he started managing the Balanced Advantage Fund way back in 1994. At that time, he was probably in his 20s, just saying. Anyway, he is the first Indian fund manager to manage over 1 lakh crores Indian rupees. Now, in dollar terms, that's only about $12 billion, but in India, that's pretty huge. He is also the first Indian fund manager to manage a fund for over 25 years, and not only that, during that period he had an alpha of 9.2%. An alpha basically indicates what the difference between the performance of the fund is and the performance of the broader market index. Anyway, Prashant Jain is a great person to learn from, and in this video we're going to take a look at 3 lessons. The first lesson that we can learn from Prashant Jain is to sell at the right value. Here's the difference. You should sell at the right value and you should not sell at the right time, in the sense that you should not try to time the market. Peter Lynch himself has said that more people have lost money trying to wait for a correction than in the actual correction itself. Basically, Prashant Jain is an exemplification of the fact that you should only invest if you are comfortable with the value of a stock, and if you are not comfortable, you should exit. For example, before the dot-com bust in the early 2000s, he actually exited every single IT stock that he owned. Now, at that time, IT stocks in India accounted for 40% of India's market capitalization, but only 1% of India's GDP. So obviously the value was out of whack. Also, just before the 2008 crash, he exited every infra position that he held because he felt that that sector was overvalued and was going to be adversely affected. Anyway, if you are not comfortable with value, then you should sell. The second thing that you can learn from Prashant Jain is basically the fact that you should have investment discipline over chasing returns. Warren Buffett has said that the number 1 rule of investing is that you should never lose money, and the number 2 rule is that you should always remember rule number 1. Charlie Munger has added to that when he said it's better to buy a great company at a fair price than a fair company at a great price. If you buy trash at a cheap price, it is still trash. Anyway, Prashant Jain has exemplified this fact when he has not gone after overvalued growth stocks, Zomato. You should generally be disciplined as an investor if you want to be successful over the long run. The third thing that I think that we can learn from Prashant Jain is that you should put your money where your mouth is. Now, Warren Buffett has had a famous bet with the hedge fund industry wherein he said that they could not beat the market and he won. So basically, hedge funds are not very good because the actual hedge fund manager is not properly incentivized to increase your returns because he has very little skin in his own game. The same way in India, SEBI had mandated that mutual fund managers should have skin in the game, that is, they should invest in their own funds, and Prashant Jain had done this with regard to his personal savings even before SEBI had mandated it. Now, the last question that people usually ask at this point of time is that now that Prashant Jain has resigned from HDFC AMC, should they exit the fund? The answer is no. You should probably give them the benefit of the doubt and wait for a year at least. By all accounts, Prashant Jain is a super interesting character and we would do well to follow him in the coming years. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please go over to YouTube, subscribe to the Vlog of Note channel, ring that notification bell so that you never miss a video, and we will see you guys in the next episode.